I want to talk about something that is a pretty common practice in households all over the place, where they jump into the use of different training tools before the dog has really ever been trained, right? So maybe they're struggling with some behaviors, and they go out and buy a prong collar because they heard prong collars can help with stuff. But they haven't actually trained the dog to understand certain things. And maybe they put the prong collar on and they correct the dog for a behavior and they get stuff to stop. But maybe the dog never develops any sort of confidence around properly behaving in those scenarios, because all you did in that moment was you put the prong collar on, you gave them a big correction, and now they're just nervous of that situation, nervous of that thing, whatever it might be. You can develop what we call superstitious associations, meaning, like, let's just say the dog is bothered by bicycles and they are a dog that starts growling or chasing at bicycles. But instead of actually teaching them how to walk and stay engaged and redirect when they're a little bit stressed and like move with you, like using positive reinforcement and shaping and things like that, and then backing it up with a pressure source like a prong collar, instead you're out on a walk, prong collar's on, dog is about to do the thing, whack, they get hit really hard with a bunch of pressure. Of course, they stop doing the behavior in that moment, but now you created an extra stressor in that situation, to where now when they see the bicycle, now they just get nervous because they're thinking they might just get whacked out of nowhere. And this is also true with remote training collars, right? E-collars, shock collars, whatever you want to call them. People will put them on and start correcting their dogs for behaviors before they've done any actual training and teaching, and now the dog just becomes avoidant of certain things. Now, does it kind of fix behavior? It might, but ultimately they've never learned how to successfully exist and make a right choice. They're just trying to make sure that they don't create that same scenario again, right? And this goes back to an old application of the e-collar, which was rattlesnake aversion training, where if the dog was showing any sort of interest in a rattlesnake, you were just like lighting them up with a bunch of pain with a remote collar to get them to never want to go near a rattlesnake. Now, in that scenario, I mean, you're basically saving the dog's life, so, people looked at it as, not this evil thing, but in terms of teaching them how to not counter surf or how to not go near the trash can, things like that, sometimes it can be a little bit unfair if you've never taught them otherwise how to handle those things, and you're just running around lighting them up. If you've never taught them how to redirect, you've never taught them what no or nope or or anything like that means, or even a leave it. And so you have to go through a thorough training process first, where you only develop potential superstitious associations with things, and it can be very damaging to the dog.